Come closer, sister. Pull up a chair to this kitchen table of the heart. The world has been loud for so long, hasn't it? It has been rushing you through girlhood, through womanhood, through motherhood, telling you to hurry, to keep up, to not fall behind. And maybe now, in the quiet hours, when the house is still and the moon is your only company, you feel the weight of all those years. You wonder if you have been seen, truly seen. You wonder what comes next when the doing is done, when the striving is over. The world talks about aging as a fading, a loss, a slow surrender to the shadows. But that is not the story your soul knows. That is not the truth your spirit was born for. I am here to tell you a different story, a truer one. Once you turn 80, a great unveiling happens. A sacred transformation begins. There are 5 things that happen to your spirit, 5 truths that bloom in the winter of your life. And they happen whether you like it or not. They are not a decline. They are a coronation. They are not an ending. They are the true beginning. If you are hearing this message, it is a holy appointment. It is for you. Before we walk this path together, I want you to do something for me. In the comments below, write the name of an elder, a mother, a grandmother, an auntie, someone whose wisdom was a lantern for your feet. Say her name and honor her, because we stand on the shoulders of the queens who came before us, and now it is your turn to wear the crown. Let us speak of the first truth. The first thing that happens is a sacred slowing. Your body, this faithful vessel that has carried you through storms and seasons, it begins to whisper a new rhythm. It is not the frantic beat of the world's drum. It is a slow, holy hum, like the earth turning in the quiet of the night. The world calls it fatigue. It calls it weakness. It tells you to fight it, to push through it, to drink more coffee, to pretend you are still 30. But your soul knows better. Sister, listen to my spirit on this. This slowing is not a failing. It is a holy invitation. An invitation to stop running and start abiding. Your energy will no longer be a firecracker exploding in 100 directions. It will become a pilot light, a steady, quiet flame that burns with intention. It will call you to bed earlier, not because the day has defeated you, but because your dreams are where the ancestors now wait to speak to you. It will wake you in the pre-dawn hush, not with anxiety about the day ahead, but with a stillness that allows you to hear the voice of God before the world starts shouting. I remember a woman from my old neighborhood, Sister Alara. She fought her 80s with a vengeance. She forced herself to stay up late for television shows she didn't care about. She filled her calendar with busy work, rushing from one meaningless errand to another. She was terrified of the silence, terrified of the stillness, because she thought it meant she was disappearing. One morning I found her on her porch weeping. "I'm so tired, Maya," she said. "I'm just so tired of pretending." I sat with her, and I held her hand. I told her, "Elara, my love, your body is not your enemy. It is your wisest spiritual director. It is asking you to come home to yourself." So she stopped. She stopped fighting. She started going to bed when the sun went down. She started waking up with the birds. She would sit in her old armchair with a cup of chamomile tea and just watch the lights change in her living room. She called it her ministry of stillness. She said in that quiet, she felt more alive than she had in decades. She wasn't disappearing. She was finally fully arriving. This sacred slowing is a gift. It asks you to trade the world's frantic pace for heaven's holy peace. It teaches you to pour your precious energy only into what matters. A conversation with a grandchild, the feeling of sun on your face, the taste of a perfectly ripe peach, the words of a prayer whispered from your heart. Stop fighting the current, my love. Let it carry you into a deeper, richer way of being. Your body is not failing you. It is finally freeing you from the tyranny of more and faster. It is leading you to the profound, quiet joy of enough. This is the first truth, and it prepares you for the second. The second truth is the holy pruning. Your social world, the one you spent a lifetime building, it will begin to change, and this can bring a sting of grief. The phone may ring less often. The circle of friends may grow smaller. Some relationships, like summer leaves, will simply drift away on the wind. And the world will tell you this is loneliness. The world will tell you this is isolation. It will tell you that you are being left behind. Another lie from the father of lies. This is not isolation, my sister. This is consecration. God is not taking from you. He is pruning you, like a master gardener. He is lovingly, carefully, cutting away the branches that no longer bear fruit, the relationships that drain your spirit, the acquaintances that demand a performance, the social obligations that feed your ego but starve your soul. He is pruning you so that what remains can flourish with a power you have never known. At 80, you no longer have the energy for superficiality. Your soul craves the authentic, the real, the true. You will find your tolerance for small talk has vanished, but your capacity for deep, soulful connection has expanded beyond measure. A single hour-long conversation with someone who truly sees you will feed you more than a crowded party ever did. The laughter of a great-grandchild, the shared silence with a friend who has known your heart for 50 years, the unexpected kindness from a stranger, these become your sacred feasts. Maybe this is your story. You look at your address book and see the names of those who have gone on to glory. You feel the empty spaces at the holiday table, and it is right to mourn what is lost. Mourn the laughter, mourn the shared history. But do not mistake this holy pruning for a punishment. It is a preparation. God is making room. He is clearing out the clutter so you can see the treasures that remain. Your relationship with your children may deepen in surprising ways. As you become more of who you truly are, they can finally see the woman behind the mother. New friendships might blossom, rooted not in a shared past, but in a shared, present reality, with others who understand the language of this season. Give yourself permission to release what is fading. Release it with grace. Release it with gratitude for the season it served. Not every friendship is meant to last a lifetime. Some are just for a chapter, and that is okay. Invest your precious sacred energy into the roots that still feed you, the family that loves you, the friends that cherish you, the community that honors you. Your circle is not shrinking. It is becoming more potent, more pure, more powerful. You are not being left behind. You are being gathered into the very heart of what matters. This is the second truth, the holy pruning that makes way for a final, glorious bloom. If a sister's name is on your heart right now, someone who is feeling the sting of this pruning, send this word to her. Remind her that she is not alone and she is not forgotten. She is being prepared. The third truth is the unfastening of time. For 80 years you have lived by the clock. The school bell, the work whistle, the baby's feeding schedule, the deadline, the appointment. The world's clock is a cruel master. It is always ticking, always reminding you of what you haven't done, where you haven't been, who you haven't become. It is a clock of scarcity, a clock of fear. But when you turn 80, a miracle happens. That clock begins to lose its power over you. Your relationship with time is reborn. You begin to live not by the ticking of the minute hand, but by the rhythm of eternity. Days may feel shorter, it's true, but moments become infinitely deep. You step into Kairos time, God's time. A moment is no longer just a second to be spent. It becomes a vessel for grace. The fear of missing out, that thief of joy, finally leaves you. It is replaced by the deep, profound peace of choosing. Choosing what matters. Choosing where to place your gaze. The need to please everyone, to keep up appearances, to perform, it falls away like a heavy coat you didn't know you were wearing. And oh, the sweet liberation in that. You start saying no, not with anger, but with a quiet, settled authority. No to the draining committee meeting. No to the gossip-filled phone call. No to the family drama that is not yours to solve. And you start saying yes, a deep, soul-felt yes. Yes to sitting in the garden until the sun goes down. Yes to rereading a favorite book for the 10th time. Yes to teaching your grandchild how to bake your mother's biscuit recipe. Yes to that nap your body is crying out for. Ruby, a woman I knew, spent 60 years serving on every board in her church. She organized every bake sale, chaired every committee. She believed her worth was in her doing. At 83, she shocked everyone. She stepped down from everything. Her family worried she was depressed, that she was giving up. She told me, Maya, for the first time in my life, my time is mine. God didn't put me on this earth to fill a calendar. He put me here to live. She started painting. Terrible, glorious, joy-filled painting. She filled canvases with color. She spent her time not on obligations, but on creation. She was more alive, more vibrant than anyone had ever seen her. This is what happens when time becomes your friend instead of your enemy. You stop spending it, and you start investing it in joy, in peace, in love, in beauty. You understand that your presence is the greatest present you can give, not your productivity, not your performance, just your being, fully present in the sacred now. The world's clock makes you a servant. God's time makes you a queen. You are not running out of time. You are stepping into the fullness of it, where every moment is pregnant with possibility and saturated with the holy. This is the third truth, the great unfastening from the tyranny of time. The fourth truth is about the soul's memory. Now let's talk about the mind, because the world puts a great fear in us about this. The fear of forgetting a name, forgetting a word, forgetting where you put your house keys. And yes, the short-term memory, the mind's filing cabinet for trivial things. It can become less reliable. But sister, this is not the memory that matters. That is the mind's memory. I am talking about the soul's memory. And at 80, the soul's memory becomes sharper and clearer than ever before. While the mind may struggle to recall what you had for breakfast, the soul remembers the exact scent of your mother's perfume. The soul remembers the feeling of your first love's hand in yours. The soul remembers the sound of your baby's first cry. It is a different kind of knowing, a deeper kind. Your brain, this magnificent creation, begins a great reorganization. It trades processing speed for profound wisdom. It stops being a high-speed calculator and becomes a grand, beautiful loom, weaving together the threads of a lifetime of experiences, seeing patterns no one else can see, sensing truths no one else can sense. You trade quick recall for deep insight. You trade new information for ancient wisdom. This is not a deficit. It is a superpower. You may take longer to make a decision, but it will be a better decision, because it is filtered through 8 decades of joy and sorrow, triumph and failure. You can see through the noise. You can spot a lie from a mile away. You can feel the truth of a situation in your bones. This is ancestral wisdom coming alive in you. You are not just one woman. You are the culmination of 1,000 generations. The prayers of your grandmothers are encoded in your spirit. Their resilience runs in your blood. When you speak with their voices. Do not be frustrated when you can't remember the name of that actor. It does not matter. What matters is that you remember what it feels like to be loved. What matters is that you remember how to forgive. What matters is that you remember that God's grace is new every morning. Lean into this new way of knowing. Trust the wisdom that rises from your gut. Honor the memories that surface in your quiet moments. They are your inheritance. They are your gift to the world. You may not be a library of facts anymore. You are a cathedral of wisdom, a living testament to the faithfulness of God. People will come to you not for information, but for clarity, for perspective, for the kind of wisdom that only a long life lived with courage can provide. Your mind is not failing, it is being consecrated for a higher purpose, the sacred purpose of being a wisdom keeper, an elder, a queen. This is the fourth truth, the awakening of the soul's memory, and this leads us to the fifth and most glorious truth, the final unveiling, the most liberating thing that can happen to a human being. It is the unchaining of your voice. The fifth thing that happens at 80 is you experience a freedom so profound it feels like flying. It is the freedom to finally, completely, unapologetically, be yourself. For your entire life you have worn costumes, the costume of the good daughter, the costume of the perfect wife, the costume of the patient mother, the costume of the respectable churchwoman. You have tailored your words, your opinions, your very essence, to fit the expectations of others. You have swallowed your truth to keep the peace. You have silenced your own desires to serve the needs of everyone else. But at 80 the need for costumes disappears. The fear of judgment, that old jailer, loses its keys. You have outlived most of your critics, and you have earned the right to your own truth. The pressure to build a career, to impress the neighbors, to meet society's standards, it all evaporates like morning mist. And in that clearing you stand, just you, in all your glory, and you begin to speak, with a voice that is seasoned with grace and fire. You speak the truth you have held in your heart for decades. You express the opinions you once kept silent. You wear the bright colors you were told were too much. You laugh from your belly, a loud, rumbling laugh that shakes the rafters. This is not about becoming selfish or mean. It is about becoming real. It is about an authenticity so pure it becomes a gift to everyone around you. Because when you are free, you give others permission to be free too. Your family might be startled at first. They were used to the quiet, accommodating version of you. But soon they will realize that this authentic you is far more interesting, far more vibrant, far more alive. Your grandchildren will be drawn to this grandmother who says what she thinks, who tells the truth with love, who is not afraid. You are no longer performing a role. You are living a reality. Your reality. You have walked through the fire and are no longer afraid of the smoke. You have earned your scars and you wear them like jewels. This is the culmination of all the other truths. The sacred slowing gives you time to know your own heart. The holy pruning clears the stage for your true self to emerge. The unfastening of time gives you the courage to live by your own values. The soul's memory gives you the wisdom to know what is true. And all of it leads to this, the glorious, holy unchaining of your voice. The freedom to be the woman God created you to be all along, not a faded copy, but a magnificent original. So let us pray. Heavenly Father, God of our mothers and our grandmothers, we come before you today as your daughters, we who have carried burdens in silence, we who have loved fiercely and wept deeply, we who have reached this season of winter, and we thank you. Thank you for the truth that what the world calls an ending, you call a coronation. We receive these 5 truths as a blessing. We receive the sacred slowing. May we honor the holy rhythm of our bodies. May we find you in the stillness. We receive the holy pruning. May we have the courage to release what is no longer for us, and cherish the deep roots that remain. We receive the unfastening of time. May we live in the grace of each moment, free from the world's hurry and fear. We receive the soul's memory. May we trust the deep wisdom you have planted in us, and be a light for those who have lost their way. And we receive the unchaining of our voices. Lord, unchain our voices. Let us speak your truth with love and power. Let us live our final chapters with authenticity and glorious joy. Anoint us for this final, most beautiful journey. Let us not be women who fade. Let us be women who blaze, a testament to your enduring faithfulness, a beacon of your everlasting love. Amen. These 5 changes are not a curse. They are a roadmap to the most fulfilling season of your life. When you understand them, you can work with them. You can embrace them as the gifts they are. Your 80-year-old self is not a diminished version of you. She is the most powerful version of you, specialized for wisdom, optimized for love, made perfect for peace. It is a time of profound evolution, not decline, a time of authenticity, not apology. It is the decade your soul has been waiting for. Thank you for sitting here with me at this table. This is a sacred circle, a community of sisters walking this path together. If this word has touched your spirit, I invite you to subscribe, to become part of this family. You have a seat at this table. You are seen, you are honored, and you are deeply, deeply loved. Go in peace, my sister.